this. No, it's not. I'm live anyhow. Okay, everyone, I'm live. Oh, I gotta make sure. See through. Hey, Hoosier, how you doing? Melissa, hey, what's going on? So we got the Great Train Robbery, the Crispin Murders, JFK, Bonnie and Clyde, and Famous Crimes. Hey, Chris. Hey, Jason. Wait till everybody gets in here. It's a very cold night. It feels like 16 degrees outside here in Indiana. Get that taken down. Trying to see. That was 2 days ago. Why is it not going? Let's see my live chat. There we go. Why? All right, there we go. Hey, Mustang. There we go. Finally see everyone here. For some reason, it wasn't coming up. I just sent a message to see through, see what, make sure he knows it's coming and stuff. So yeah. Oh, all right. Oh, you got bored? As soon as we get done with this, there's another thing I want to do. It's somebody's attacking Carrie. I know some of you have seen this person attacking Carrie out of nowhere, and it's out of hand. So once this game night gets done, I'm going to go live and talk about this person. This person is attacking Carrie, and it's getting out of hand. Well, thanks, Hoosier. Thanks. Appreciate it. I figured trying to find something and stuff. Trying to find something different tonight. So, but make sure. So, all right, we got. Hey, Louise, how you doing? Hope you're staying warm. Hope everybody's staying warm. Wherever you are, hope you guys staying warm. I had to crank up my heat. So, all right, we got 10 people. We'll go ahead and start. All right, very first one, the Great Train Robbery. Which board game did the robbers play in their hideout? So, which board game did the robbers play in their hideout? I don't know which one what they're talking about. Let me see if I can give you a hint here. It's supposed to have multiple choice, but it seems like it's not doing it. Not giving me the multiple choice for some reason. And this is the great board game the robbers played on the Great Train Robbery. Great Train Robbery. Hold on. Let's see here. See if we can find it. Let's see here. Great Train Robbery. In their hideout. Let me see here. Oh, you kidding me? Okay, what some of your answers? The answer's in the question. So yeah, the answer is in the question. So that's what it is. The answer is in the question. So the answer is in the question. This is from the movie. So the Great Train Robbery is from the movie from 1970. So this is from a movie, The Great Train Robbery. Because I'm looking at the board game that the robbers play in their hideout during the Great Train Robbery. So I'll give you the rest of the story. It's in the title. So it's in the question. Hey, Wonder Girl, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So the answer is the answer is in the title, Jason. So which board game did the robbers play in their hideout? It wasn't no Monopoly, you idiots who put this on here. The real question is the Great Train Robbery, the board game the robbers played in their hideout during the Great Train Robbery is called the Great Train Robbery. The game was created by Bruce Barrymore Halpenny in 1970, and which is based on the actual event of the robber took place on August the 8th, 1963. The game captured as essence of the heist and sequence chase, making it a popular choice of strategy and race game. So that's what they played. So when the robbers hide in their hideout, it was the Great Train Robbery board game. So that was it. Monopoly didn't play no freaking Monopoly. They played the Great Train Robbery game. My God, what are these people doing again? We're finding people have putting stupid stuff on here. You would think they play real poker, but I guess it's from a movie. This movie is the Great Train Robbery, so that's Monopoly, right? Monopoly wasn't even done. All right, the Christian murders. How did Crispin kill his wife? Let me look this up too. How did Crispin killed his wife? Let me look this one up because that I'll leave that one up. All right, let me see here. What's this one? Oh, this one is based on a true story. So Dr. Crispin is based on a true story. And according to this case, is in the UK. So the answers, we'll find out the real answer on this one. So, who killed Crispin's wife, Dr. Crispin? So, who killed Dr. Crispin's his wife? I could tell you. Okay, Shed's murder case, new light. Okay, AB Journal. Let's see. So this is a true story. So how did his wife got killed? Any poison? It wasn't his. Her husband didn't kill her. Her husband didn't kill her. Okay, everybody's correct. She was poisoned by Harold Crispin, Middle Manor American doctor, convicted of poisoning and burying his wife in a cellar. But scientists compared the DNA from the corpse that was claimed by Mrs. Crispin himself. Experts on the poison who was a part of the team points out the burial inconsistency with poison murder, in which the method ordinary is obtained natural death certificate. So they can consider she died natural death, but poisoned. So Dr. Crispin was wrong on the accuse, it says, but says differently. I can't find who killed her, but there were several people. But all right. Now on to the next one. John F. Kennedy. Why was the suspect murderer never sentenced? So why was the suspect murderer never sentenced? Frank Meister. So why was the suspect murderer never sentenced? So why was the suspect What's going on? So why? How come the suspect was never sentenced? So okay, so never went to trial to. Okay, let's find out. Let's see what it says. Answer is he was killed 2 days after murder by a man called Jack Ruby. There you go. We all know about Jack Ruby and stuff. All right. Next question on the docket. Bonnie and Clyde, during which decade did the couples operate? So, during which decade did the couples operate for Bonnie and Clyde? What year? So, what year did they operate? Hey, see through. How you doing? I was hoping you got the message. So, which during decade did Bonnie and Clyde operate it? 1930s. Okay, we got 1930s. Cool. All right. Anybody else? How you doing, see through? Are you staying warm over there? All right. So, or is it? All right. Let's answer is the 1930s. Cool. Way to go. On to the next question. The famous crimes. Who was murdered during a ball in Stockholm on March 29th, 1792? Who was murdered during a ball in Stockholm on March 29th, 1792? Who was that? See through might know this question. Who was murdered during a ball in Stockholm on March 29th, 1792? You know this one, see through? King Gesson of Sweden? Okay. All right, let's find out. All right, who's you got? All right. Yes. Well, the third. Did we get the third? Jason did, but everybody else. Hey, Shelly, what's going on? Okay, yes. Gaston the third. All right, on to the next one. All right. The Great Train Robbery again. It's the movie, remember? What was used as a weapon in the robbery? So, what was used as a weapon in the robbery, in the Great Train Robbery? Anybody? What weapons was used? Oh, you're welcome, Shelley. You're welcome. You're very welcome, Shelley. So, what weapons was used in the Great Train Robbery? I don't know if it is just the train robbery. The Great Train Robbery was hold on, let me see here. I think they're talking about the Great Train Robbery. That is it's from a movie. Um, but Bruce Barrymore made based on an actual event of the robbery that took place on August 8th, 1963. So this is the true story of the Great Train Robbery from 1963, August 8th, 1963. Um, so it's based on the actual event because we just had a question of what game did they use at their hideout. It was called the Great Train Robbery. They played the Great Train Robbery game at their hideout. So this is based on the true story of the Great Train robbery in 1963 of August. So I don't it doesn't say where. Let me see here. It was let's see here. Let me find it here. Information here. So based upon the actual Great Train took place August 8th, 1963. Um and it's based on a board and they made a board game out of it from that Great Train robbery. So the board game is made up of quite complex, exclusive road network escapes from the train through which police chase robbers and on-set block. So, doesn't tell me where the train robbery was, but what did they use? We'll just say what you guess on what did they use? All right, let's find out. Iron bars? You kidding me? They use the weapons are iron bars. What was used as a weapon in the robbery? Iron bars? No way. Are you kidding me? Let me see here. Hold on. Let me find the real story here. I can't be right. Hold on. Um all right, let me look at the game board here. See what the game board says. Um Experience, pros and cons. All right, what did they use? Goes escape, place, objective, set up the road. Well, it's based on the real life public adopted. Huh. Well, it doesn't say what they use. Now that's kind of weird. Let me do something here. Let me find the see what it says here. Hold on. Let me see what it says here. I can't even find out. Well, that's kind of weird. That can't be right. Great train robbery. Ah, here you go. The Great Train. Oh, okay. It's over your side. It's on your side. See through. Yeah. the Great Train Robbery, August 8th, 1963, a British history, the armed robbery. They stole, I think, 2,600 most likely used banknotes from Glasgow, London, Royal Mail train. What do they use? Are you kidding me? You don't got the freaking article here, and what do they use? Aided by two accomplices. Okay, so the 15 hole up men wearing helmets, ski mask, and gloves were aided by two accomplices. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this and I don't know what they used. It doesn't say no iron bars. Yeah, they don't say what they use. What? Yeah, it's over on your side, see through. That's when it happened. So I guess if that's correct, I don't think they used iron bars. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they use iron bars. All right. The Crispin murder. That's over on your side, see through. How did Crispin and Ethel meet? How did they Crispin and Ethel meet? Yeah, it's on your side, see through. Harold Harvey Crispin. This happened in 1910 air time. So Crispin was a homeopathic physician. Dr. Crispin was a homeopathic physician in New York City when he wed Cora Turner, who later took stage, named Belle Elmore. So I was asking what year. So is it that right? How they met. Okay, I know how they met. I know how they met. Met while working together, yes. I don't know how they met, but I know the case. Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's fine. I'll find out here. Let's find out. All right. She started to work for him as his medicine firm. And where is it? Where are you, Harold? Okay. According to this, where you go? I just had you. Um, Technically, he met her, Cora, who later took stage name Belle Elmore, in 1892, and consists with her meek, gentle husband. Cora was intimidating, and after moved to London, she performed music hall centers while he sold patent medicine. So that's how they met. So basically, he was sold. He was selling patent medicine, and he was the aid of the business, and so that's how they met because of he was doing uh, patent medicine. All right. So JFK. For how long did the investigation following murder of JFK go on? How long? Anybody? Yep. So for how long did the investigation following the murder of JFK go on? Yep, pretty much see through. Hey, Junior, how you doing? $10 months, 1 year. Okay, we got 10 months, 1 year. One year, 1,000 years. Hey, Cyber, how you doing? 1,000 years. It seemed like, Melissa, it sure seems like 1,000 years. About 50, I say. All right, let's find out the answer. The answer is 10 months. $10 months. So, who did 10 months? Was it see through? Yeah, see through got 10 months. Where do you go, see through? So it was 10 months. All right, on to the next one. Bonnie and Clyde. How did Bonnie help Clyde escape when he was first in prison? So, how did he escape from prison with Bonnie helping him? Anybody? Forever. So, how did Bonnie help Clyde escape? Hey, Dubilis, how you doing? So, smuggling a gun into prison. All right. Okie dokie. Anybody else? File and a cake. It's always that file and the cake bit. They don't check the cake. All right, let's see here. Answer is she made a friend with the prison guards and managed to smuggle a gun into prison. Ah, so she bribed a prison guard. She basically bribed a prison guard to get the gun into him. Wonder how many times she had to pay him. All right. Famous crimes. The name of a Swedish politician murder in Stockholm on February 28th, 1986. What was the name of the Swedish politician murdered in Stockholm on February 28th, 1986? Anybody? Bar of soap made it again. Saul in a garter belt. Saw someone try to use a soap to make a gun. We did that in art class. We took a bar of soap and see what we made from the bar of soap. Olaf. Olaf. Okay. Anybody else? Let's spot. If not, I want to hit the answer. All right. Yes, it's Olaf. You all got that correct. Okay, on to the next one. The Great Train Robbery. This is the train robbery in England. Okay. How many of the 15 gang murders were caught? How many of the 15 gang murders members were caught? Anybody? Hoosier, you need hey Hoosier, you need to scoot your thing up. You're behind again. Scoot your thing up. Move your red line wherever up forward. Hey Christy. You kind of look behind. Move your thing up. Move your red line up so you can be caught up. Okay, let me make sure how many people were there. Hold on. It was well, it doesn't say how many here. Well, how many was it? Hmm. Let me see here. Let me try to find. Find it. Make sure before I show it. Even looking up on uh encyclopedia thing. How many got arrested? Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see the answer here. 13, and it says here the game consists of 17 full members who were to receive equal share, including the men who were at the robbery and two key informants. So the gang carried out consists of 15 criminal. So 15 people they caught. So basically 15 people. It says 15 people out of the 17 were first caught. That's what it reads here. So 15 people. Oh, cool. So 15 people out of 17 were caught. So, all right. Continue. We're the Crispin murders. All right. How did Crispin explain his wife's disappearance? So, how did Dr. Crispin explain his wife's disappearance? I see what the answers. What he told the police. So, how did Dr. Crispin explained his wife's disappearance to the police? How do you think he explained to the police? Basically, he's telling the police what happened, where his wife went to. Anybody else? She moved to the U.S. Well, that's quite not the right truth there. See through. All right. See what their answer is, then I'll tell you the real answer. All right. It says he said that she's gone to visit the relatives. Gone to visit relatives in the States and had died of pneumonia. Lived in Chicago with her lover. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Oh my gosh. According to this, where'd he go? Dr. Crispin told the police that his wife had left him to live with another man. By the time Dewey visited the Crispin house the second time, the doctor and his secretary had fled. Dewey ordered a thorough search of the house, which led to the discovery of partial human remains in a hole in the basement. So that's what he told the police, that his wife left him for another man. So that answer is wrong. What this was, it's not correct. His lies were worse than his prescription. Yep, sure is. See through, sure is. So who did this? They really didn't do their research very well. Oh my gosh. All right. On to the next one. John F. K. How many shots were fired at the president? So how many shots was fired at the president? So yeah, how many shots was fired at the president? Roughly guess, anybody? How many shots? Okay, get 3. Anybody else? We all said 3. Okay, let's find out. Answer is 3 shots. But let's see here. Let me find out something. How many shots was JFK? Damn. Okay. How many shots was shot the president? Oh. How many bullets was shooting at JFK? Okay, so according to this, John F. K. was struck by 2 bullets during the assassination in Dallas, November 22nd, 1963. Okay. Did they forget about the governor was being shot at? The bullet went through him. The two shots that struck Kennedy, the medical evidence review by both panels determined that bullets caused the following wound. First shot entered the president's upper back, slightly to the right of his spine, and exit from the front of his neck. The bullet then proceeded to cause the Governor Connolly wounds. Now, the second shot fatally entered the right rear of the president's head and exit from the right side of his head, causing a mass wound, improving instantly. So, according to this, it's 2. So, 2 bullets were shot at. And you will be eliminated. Where the hell are you at? Where are you? Where's that little bastard at? And then so 2, according to that. So 2 was only shots. Now, according to this, I'm reading what it says here, Jason, about Kennedy. Because it says here 2 fatal shots. The first one's non-fatal. The second one's fatal. There were 3, but 1 missed. The third one hit the bridge. So technically, that didn't hit the president. There was a shot of him bullet hitting the bridge. So I'm trying to see here. How many? 3 bolt. See here. 3. Hold on. Let's see here. 3 bullets was shot at the president. Hold it. Let's see where the third shot went to. Let me see where the third shot went to. All right, Harvey. Okay, the findings. Here you go. National Archive findings. Okay. So, Kennedy Assassination Warren Commission says here, according to the commission, 1 bullet hit the president near the base of the back of the neck, slightly to the right of the spine, and exit from the front of the neck. The other entered the right rear of the president's head and exit from the right side of the head, causing a large wound. The commission, based on the finding testimony, doctor said treated the president. The doctor performed autopsy says, where's the third bullet? It doesn't say in conclusion. Well, where's the third bullet? What happened to the third bullet? Okay, so the gunman position, grassy knoll, park-like, moving limousine located, fatal shot. Now, according to this, I don't see a third bullet. They didn't speak of the third bullet. I'm looking at the commission here, what the findings of this is from the archive. It said President Kennedy was struck by 2 rifle shots fired behind him. This is from the commission. Yeah, this is John F. Kennedy Assassination Records. So I don't know where that went to. They're only talking about 2 bullets, so I don't know. Why did the couple cross state lines entering, for example, New Mexico and Minnesota? So why did the couple cross state lines entering, for example, New Mexico and Minnesota? So what is that? Not from YouTube. Why did the couple cross the state line entering, for example, New Mexico and Minnesota? Running from the law, okay, to get to the other side. All right, let's find out. To get away from the police. To get away from the police. So that's the answer. To get away from the police. All right. Next one. Famous crimes. What is the name of the unidentified serial killer that roamed the streets of London in the 19th century? Everyone knows this one. So who is the famous killer in London in 19th century? Jack the Ripper. Yes. Everybody knows of the famous Jack the Ripper. Totally. Yep. Answer is Jack the Ripper. Correct. All right. The Great Train Robbery in London. Ronnie Biggs, a famous criminal that took part in the robbery, was released from prison in 2009. Why? What was the reason he was released in 2009? Anybody? This is the train robbery in England over the UK. Why was he released? Ronnie Biggs, a famous criminal that took place of the robbery, was released from prison in 2009. Why? Let me find it. Let's see here. He was dying. He's old. Well, let me do the backstory on this once we get done. All right, so let's find out and see if it comes close to what I found here. Due to bad health. Well, this is probably why he had bad health. Ronnie Biggs escaped from prison. The following year, Biggs escaped from prison using a homemade rope ladder. After undergoing plastic surgery in Paris, he moved to Melbourne, Australia with his wife and children. As authorities began to close in, Biggs fled to Brazil in 1963. Now, back to Biggs announced that he wanted to return to England in May 2001. He flew to London, where he was arrested by the police, but Biggs was sent back to the prison, completing his sentence. Due to declining health, led officials to release him in August of 2009. So it's all that running around he did. Have a good night, Junior. So all that running around and have his face Turn differently looking. All right, Crispin murders. How did Crispin dispose of his wife's body? What did he do to his wife's body? Dulula, you're a little behind. Speed your thing up more. You're a little behind. Yeah, you're a little bit behind. Yeah, move your line. Move your red line up, forward. Buried her in the basement. Buried her in the cellar. Yes. Well, let's see what the person who wrote in the answer. He buried the headless and legless bodies wrapped in the pajamas top under the floor in the coal cellar. And it says here, um, he dismembered. So partial human remains in a hole that in the basement, and autopsy show analyzed identifying remains of those who had poisoned and dismembered. So yeah, he partially buried remains. So yes, that's correct. All right. Investigation following the murder concluded that the murderer was a man called who? Who they concluded that killed John F. K. So who do you think they killed John F. K.? All right, everybody's saying Lee Harvey Oswald. We all know it's Lee Harvey Oswald, but technically they found the person who actually killed the guy told his story, true story of what he did. So technically, Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill um, the president. It was a guy in the bush in the by the fence. Who is that guy? I can't think of the guy. Let's see here. It was he was in prison. I can't think of the guy. It wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald. He just did the shot through the neck, but the guy who was in the prison, I can't think of his name. So Lee Harvey Oswald, but there was the guy who actually shot him in the head. Who was in prison. James File, do you mean? Yeah. Yeah, that James File, the guy who was in prison who was telling his story that he's the one who shot Kennedy in the head with that special bullet. He was the shooter. Yes. Yep. I saw that. I was watching on YouTube. Yeah, I was watching on YouTube because there he looked like a regular person or part of Secret Service, but he really wasn't. He got away with it. So, all right. Bonnie and Clyde. What in Clyde's personality always got him into trouble? So what did Clyde get in trouble all the time? So what did Clyde personality always gets him in trouble for? Anger, robbing people? Okay, let's find out. His sense of justice. When the police treat people unfairly, Clyde fought back. I was still getting pissed off. Technically, when he gets pissed off, he gets pissed off. He didn't like it and stuff and stuff. Thrill seeker, always push the boundaries. Yep, correct, Jason. He always. All right. Famous crimes. Who was assassinated on June 28th, 1914? So, who was assassinated in June 28th, 1914? So, who was assassinated June 28th, 1914? So, who was assassinated in 1914? Anybody? All right, let's find out. Franz Ferdinand, Archduke of Austria. That's who was assassinated. All right. The Great Train Robbery. The train that was robbed was traveling between which two cities? So which two cities they were traveling? So which two cities were they were traveling in the real Great Train Robbery? Well, it looks like see-through's got it. The answer is Glasgow and London. That's correct. Those are the two cities the train was going through. Glasgow to London. That is correct. All right, on to the next one. The Crispin murders. What happened to Ethel and Crispin after they were caught? So what happened when these two got caught? So what happened? How do they got caught? You again. Well, guess what? You're blocked on YouTube and restream. Okay, so really, him and his new one. Ethel was acquitted. Christian was sentenced to death and was executed. But according to this, how they got caught was on the SS Montrose on July 1910. So they were caught on the boat. That's how they got caught. Found guilty of the murder, and he was hanged from the following month, and found not guilty. So both couples were caught on the boat that they were on in 1910. All right. JFK. When and where did assassination take place? So when and where did the assassination took place? No, Melissa. When was John F. Where did John F. Kennedy was assassinated at, Melissa? That's the question. Where did John F. Kennedy was assassinated at took place? So where? No, not Lincoln Cinema. No, no, not Lincoln Cinema. He died in Daly Plaza. That is correct. Yes, he died in Daly Plaza in Dallas, Texas. November 22nd, 1963, in Dallas, Texas. Daly Plaza, yes. That's where he was shot and killed and stuff. It's asking where it took place. Okay, on to the next one. Bonnie and Clyde. The end. How did the police manage to catch them? How did they catch Bonnie and Clyde? So how did Bonnie and Clyde got caught? Now Oswald got killed in the theater. So, how did Bonnie and Clyde got caught? So, in the end, how did Bonnie and Clyde get caught by the police? Ambushed them, roadblock. Okay. The answer is the police tricked them into pulling off the road to help a friend. The police were hiding in the bushes with a machine gun. Both Bonnie and Clyde were killed. Okay, that something's not right there on that question. Don't think so. All right, let me see here. Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde. All right, let's see here. How they got caught? The bloody death of Bonnie and Clyde. Okay, so on the evening of May 21st, 1934, a posse of 6 police officers from Texas and Louisiana set up an ambush in a rural road to Bentonville Parish, Louisiana. They were all ready to take out Bonnie and Clyde for good. In the months leading to the ambush, authorities had heavily intensified their focus on the duo. Back in November 1933, the Dallas grand jury had issued a warrant for their arrest. One of the gang members, W.D. Jones, had been arrested in Dallas in September and had identified Bonnie and Clyde in several crimes. So that's how they got Bonnie and Clyde. And unless their father, Martin's, who Bonnie and Clyde knew, to wait in on the side of the road as a bait. Then they waited for and wait. Finally, at 9 a.m. on May 23rd, police saw Clyde stolen Ford V8 speeding down the road. Upon seeing the father parked on the side of the road, Bonnie and Clyde took the bait. They pulled over impulsively to ask him for help. Before that, they got out of the car and the police officer opened fire on Clyde, was killed instantly. So there you go on that one. All right, final question. Which American president issuing the Proclamation or the freedom of African Americans that declared the slaves to be forever free was assassinated in the theater in Washington, D.C. on April 14th, 1865. So what president was this? This should be easy. Abraham Lincoln. Yes, that is correct. That is a correct. Yes, indeed. Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Answer is Abraham Lincoln. All right. That is the end of the questions of the night. And we will be back once I get it set up. We're going to be talking about something that to be talking about because they're attacking the family of this person who's attacking Carrie. So I'll be back and I'll see you on the next video. We're going to be talking about this person who's attacking Carrie and stuff. I'll see you in the next maybe 5 or 10 minutes or so. I'll see you there. Talk to you later. Bye.